Welcome back to the Happily Ever After Holistic Healing Horse Ranch. I'm Dr. Jen, and we're talking about wholehearted horsemanship. Skills that can help you create success from the barn to the boardroom to the bedroom. And today, we're talking about grounding. So why do we care about being grounded? Well, grounded is the state of being that your horse is naturally in, which means that his mind is calm and relaxed and his energy is flowing smoothly into the earth. He's grounded and he's centered. So if we want to work successfully with our horse, then we need to join him in that grounded state. But here's the problem. Most of the time during our lives, we're not grounded. We're scattered, we're distracted, our energy is being sent out in all sorts of unharmonic patterns. And our horses immediately pick this up. So it's like we come close to them and we have the energy pattern of the Energizer Bunny, which does not feel good to our horse. It's not going to want him to come work with us and be our partner. And so it's our job to learn to control our energy. So in other words, there's no way we can be an effective, safe, and trusted leader unless we're grounded. Another thing is that unless we're grounded, our line of communication to the horse is not going to be clear. When we're ungrounded, when our energy is all scattered about, when we're distracted, it's almost as if the only thing we can send through the line of communication is static. So the horse hears static with occasional snips of commands or ideas that we may want him to understand, but he can't quite make out the signal because it's not clear. So in order to have clear and effective communication, as well as a trusting leadership role, we have to start our day off being grounded. So let's look at the steps to becoming grounded with your horse. So now we want to talk about the steps to grounding. And this should be the very first thing that you do with your horse. And here to help us with this is Saren. Saren is our 18-year-old thoroughbred mare. She's the mother of Frolic and she's the wise leader of our healing herd. And she wants to help us learn how to ground today. All right, so here are the steps for grounding. You can do this anywhere by your horse, but if they'll let you, it'd be good to stand about the wither like this and put your hand over the wither like this. And it's okay if your horse wants to put their head down, but they also might try to walk away. So you might try to keep their head up. And what you want to do is stand sort of next to them like this with your feet shoulder length apart and your knees slightly bent. And the reason why we have our arms over the horse is that their energy field is very grounding. And so their energy can help us ground our energy. And this is very simple. All you need to do, Saren, why don't you help us out here, is to take a big, deep breath and imagine all of the energy flowing down from the top of your head, down through your torso, down through your legs, and into the ground. So you take a big, deep breath, and then you send all of the energy down into the ground. And usually, once you practice at this, by the time you've taken in a third big, deep breath and sent it all the way into the ground, you can feel that you're more heavily anchored into your ground. And it may take you 3 breaths, 5 breaths, 10 breaths if you've been really ungrounded. But the reason you'll know, or the time you'll know when you're grounded finally, is that you really feel anchored into the earth. And if someone came and pushed you, you wouldn't move very far. You know, you go just about this. You wouldn't kind of fall down. And you don't want to get onto your horse until you have that firm sense of being solidly grounded into the earth. Because your horse is grounded naturally, and you want to be grounded before you get on him. That way you'll both feel safe and secure, and your line of communication will be clear, open, and direct. What do you think, Saren? Are we grounded yet? She says maybe one more big, deep breath. What do you think? I think she says that's good for now. Give that a try and let me know how it works for you. So those are the steps to getting grounded with your horse, so you can create an effective, open line of communication and bond with your horse. But what about other relationships you have, the ones at work or at home with your family? Is it important to be grounded there? Well, you betcha. Think about what happens if you walk into a meeting with your boss or you try to talk to your spouse, or maybe even communicate with your kids when your energy is all scrambled and distracted. It's unsettling for people when you're like that. Even if they don't consciously recognize it, they pick up on this disturbing energy that you're emanating, and it's hard for them to therefore feel like talking with you because it's not comfortable, it doesn't feel safe, and it's not soothing. So, if you're looking to have an important, productive discussion with anyone in your life, you want to take a moment to get grounded first before you step into that circumstance. If you get grounded and stay grounded during important discussions, I guarantee the outcome is going to be more successful. Give that a try out at the barn and sometime at work or with your friends and family, and let me know how it goes. Good luck, and until next time, have a wholehearted ride.